Alright guys, so Trunks and Zamasu are coming tonight for Global Dokkan, so I wanted to do a quick video looking at both of them again. Now, our boy Zamasu, I have been a little bit hard on him at times, but Zamasu is still very, very good. Zamasu and Trunks, both of them have insane leader skills. That's one of the best things about them. So I've kind of built this, like, I don't know, I guess this, like, odd sort of Realm of Gods team here with Zamasu. Basically, what we're doing is, you know, we've got a lot of the Goku Black style units, and then we just toss Turles and Kid Buu onto the team, because you could do that. So now we have just, like, crazy, super high Omega level support for Zamasu, which is going to be good for Zamasu, because the thing about Zamasu, really, is, like, he's meant to just come out and beat the dog shit out of you with, like, you know, his deformed version, where the numbers he can hit are quite high, I guess, is what I would say. He is able to hit very, very hard. Now, I think a big difference between Zamasu and Trunks, to me, is Zamasu does feel quite a bit weaker on his first two forms than Trunks does. And then I think Zamasu is just a lot stronger on his last form than Trunks is, right? So, like, right here, like, these Zamasus are good. Like, they're fine. But they're not anything outrageous. Like, this guy gets 100% attack at the start of turn. He greatly lowers defense, reduces damage by 40%. He does recover 7% HP if HP is 70% or less, which is nice. But that's not anything, like, super crazy, right? Like, so, I don't know. I found that the 40% damage reduction, by the way, is not that great in difficult events. Like, right now, still, you know, we're taking only double digits, but, you know, very quickly within this event, I think Goku is going to start slapping Zamasu around. Now, when he transforms, if you have a Zamasu start out in slot number 7, so his first turn is on turn 3, he will instantly transform, by the way. That is one really good thing about both the Trunks and Zamasu. They are similar to, like, transforming Goku, Frieza, and Vegeta in that manner, in which they will transform super, super quickly, which is just very helpful, right? So that way, like, if you get, like, a bad rotation or something like that, like, oh, great, they start out in slot number 7, it's not going to hold you back, like, in their transformations, right? Because both Trunks and Zamasu, they're just, like, far better in their second form. Like, that's all. Now, but this is where the difference between Trunks and Zamasu, I think, really shines through, because this Zamasu gets 2 ki and 120% attack, so he gets, like, 2 extra ki, but then, like, his attack, it only goes up to 120%, like, that's not great. He reduces damage by 40%, so that should have gone up, for sure. I think that's actually quite a mistake, is that with this unit, they did not have it to where his damage reduction went up right here. It goes down when you go to his last form, but I do think it could have gone up when you go to this form right here. And then it recovers 10% HP when HP is 80% or less. Like, all of that factored together is good, but he just could have been so much more, for sure. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use this shoe right here, because I do actually want to see this turn is going to be pretty good. I want God Topo to super attack first, then we have Merged Zamasu, and then we also have Physical Kid Buu. So, I mean, this is probably going to be close to the limit of what this Zamasu is able to do, especially if Topo would get super attacked right here and we'd activate Big Bad Bosses. Zamasu, I would have to imagine, would be over 3 million. He would have to. I mean, we're not going to get Big Bad Bosses here, but 2.64. See, like, it's solid. Like, it's very solid, but I feel like he's not doing enough else, right? Like, I know that's good damage numbers, but right here, compared to, like, what Trunks is able to kind of hit that damage number, but his defense is also through the roof. And, like, it's going to be super easy for him to super attack because he's building up his ki. I mean, you know, Zamasu does get the 2 ki at the start of the turn as well, but it's not that same amount of buildup that Trunks has got, right? So, like, that just kind of holds this guy back a little bit again, I think. But once you go to his last form, again, his damage reduction just completely tanks. But he becomes real interesting at that point. I do want to keep letting this Int Goku Black sort of build up his defense while we're chilling here. Because I would like to have him transform, you know, because this is basically we're building, like, kind of like a full, like, sort of Goku Black-ish team here. But then I just also brought, like, you know, God Topo, Kid Buu, and Turles, just as sort of, like, support type units for these units. Now, I'll probably keep one Zamasu. I might keep one Zamasu in his like just this fused Zamasu form, and then I might turn the other one into the deformed version. Looks like they're okay. So Zamasu's link set does not change when he uses his active skill transformation, so they are going to link up very, very well. So we're talking the full package: Nightmare 10%, your Big Bad Bosses would be 25%, Godly Power 15%, and Fierce Battle 15%. That's a lot, you know. Then we get like Physical Kid Buu on that rotation. That's going to be very nice. So I am going to transform right here with Zamasu. We're going to go ahead and pop his active skill. So again, now his damage reduction goes down to 20%, which is pretty bad. He's going to get hit hard, especially at this point right here in the fight. But now he gets a 280% attack buff. So I've found that this guy most of the time is hitting a lot harder than Tech Trunks. After Tech Trunks gets the Spirit Bomb Sword, I find that this Zamasu tends to hit a lot harder. But like, you know, things like disables enemy guard I find pointless. He lowers superclass allies attack by 10%, which isn't really the biggest deal considering how strong he is. I'm going to use a damage reduction item here as well because we don't have any solid defense on this rotation, so we're just going to get blown away. So I kind of had to do that again because Zamasu it just ain't defensive the way Trunks is. I'm sorry, he's not. You know, the 40%. If you're going through a Dokkan event, 40% damage reduction is enough. But if you're going through Super Battle Road or the Legendary Goku event, it's not cutting it. it's just not gonna cut it. That's not gonna be good enough. All right, so what number are we gonna get right here? 3.94. So that's very good. This is not an LR. This is just a Dokkan Fest exclusive. Now, turn 5 is the earliest that you could do this, by the way, because remember, Trunks and Zamasu, they do transform. Turn 3 is the earliest where they will transform. Then the next turn you could use your active skill, which would take you to turn 5, right? Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this right here. The only thing is I could get hit kind of hard again. We should be okay, because Int Goku Black, he's not a concern to take a lot of damage at the end there, but this next turn, okay, so I'm probably going to use, like, an item. I want to go into this next rotation at full health. You know, we'll have the two Zamasus linked up together, so, like, the full link set's going to be shared, and we're going to have Physical Kid Buu, so, you know, that, I imagine Zamasu's best attack stat would be if he had LRB Pan, probably on the Future Saga team, I imagine. If you, yes. So the Future Saga team, I think, is where Zamasu would get his best attack stat, because you probably have Zamasu linked with himself with LRB Pan. I think would probably give you the highest number you could see for him. I'd have to double check that. But all right, I'm going to be very curious to see what number we're going to get here. Okay, I do want to use a Princess Snake right here, just to ensure that we're going to be good. I do still have to worry about Turles, though, so I'm going to use a King Yama as well. Keep in mind that the way it is on JP right now, you can't double stack damage reduction items. It's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing in the world. But you can use 2 different damage stacking items, right? So I was able to use a Princess Snake and a King Yama. Although if I had tried to use like 2 Princess Snakes or 2 King Yamas or something like that, that would not have fly. Like that wouldn't have gone through. So do have to be careful of that. All right, so we're gonna take a nice fat amount of damage here. 104, pretty bad. Okay, so I want Big Bad Bosses to be active here. Our best bet, I think, would be to lead off with Kid Buu. Kid Buu is not great defensively, right? So he'll get hit hard. That's a lot of attacks, too. So I think we're going to get this. I think this is going to be Big Bad Bosses. Oh, don't get the Dokkan attack, because then I'm going to have to quickly spot it. Okay, good. Okay. Super. Don't dodge right now, Kid Buu, please. Okay. I really wish he had not dodged that one attack. That was so dumb. Are you kidding me? The 3 dodge hurt me. Super him. 4.54. That is with Big Bad Bosses active. So there we go. That's his full link set plus Kid Buu with Big. So Kid Buu had his passive. Ooh, nice. That's good. That's good. Kid Buu had his passive, the 50% attack and defense. But then we dropped down below the threshold for Big Bad Bosses, and Zamasu had his full link set active right there. So that's the number he's able to get to. Again, like, if you compare that to, like, LR damage, you're like, oh, that's good. But, like, you got to keep in mind, other, like, TURs don't really get to that level. I mean, obviously we could say, you know, STR Cooler does, but that's not a fair comparison, because STR Cooler is like uncomparable to other TURs outside of like Janemba. Like it's literally like Janemba and that's it. Like STR Cooler is crazy. Like I don't, again, I'm not nearly as high on Zamasu as I am on Trunks. Like, do I think Zamasu deserves to be in the discussion for best TUR the way Trunks does? I would almost, I don't know, I might be leaning towards no, but Zamasu does have one of the top 5 leader skills in the game, too. That's another reason you can't discredit that. Realm of Gods, 170%, plus Extreme Class, 120%. So, okay, we could have just put STR Cooler on this team. He would work, because we could have Kid Buu, we'd have Turles. You know, Zamasu, I don't think Zamasu and Cooler link up that good. Do they have Nightmare together? They do have Big Bad Bosses. I can't remember if Cooler does not have Nightmare. Nah, so Zamasu and Cooler don't even really link that well together. That's unfortunate. But, ooh, LR Goku Black. Yeah, LR Goku Black is starting to age a little bit with their defense. If you don't get a number of super attacks with them, their defense, just, not the level that your boy likes to see. Let's just say that. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like there's not really too much more that I can continue to show with Zamasu, right? Like, he's a lot more... I want to say he's a lot more generic than Trunks, because Trunks, you know, has that constant stacking in his Super Saiyan form. Then he's, like, super effective against all types and a nuker in his final form. Whereas Zamasu is basically just, like, 40% damage reduction and then hit hard. Like that. That's it. Like, there's no secret thing. The last thing I do want to say, too, is that even though Zamasu does lower Superclass allies' attack by 10%, I do not consider that to be that big of a deal whatsoever. Because, like, I think all the extra damage Zamasu himself will provide from his monster attack stat is more than going to make up for that little debuff. So 4 million right there. Okay. See, he hits crazy hard. For Dokkan events, I mean, it doesn't get too much better than our boy Zamasu here, just with the ridiculous damage. Like he hits you with that fist, and it's over for the enemy. Like, he does so much damage. But Super Battle Road and stuff like, well, I mean, he is good in Super Battle Road if you keep him protected. You know, you guys get what I'm saying. I like the unit, but I do think he could have been a little bit better. All they had to do, I think, to make Zamasu better, I'm actually okay with his final form. Maybe they could have kept, like, 10% HP regeneration. Well, I understand why they got rid of that, because, you know, he does sort of, like, the thing with Zamasu is he's sort of, like, you know, like, not regenning, like, in that form. That's why he's got, like, the purple Bukkake stuff right there. So, sure, he doesn't heal there. Just leave that form fine. But Fusion Zamasu, this one right here, this really should have gotten, like, 50 or 60% damage reduction and maybe, like, 20% HP regen. And then, like, keep him the same. And then I really would like this unit at that point. Because then it's a lot better of... He's very good defensively. He'll do solid damage. But then, you know, you use his active skill and he loses all the defense and it's just pure power. That would have worked a lot better. But this right here, he is very underwhelming, this part of Zamasu, compared to Trunks. Because that Super Saiyan Rage form, his second form, is insane. And Zamasu, I don't know if I could call this guy insane right here. I can't. No, I definitely cannot. I could call this guy insane. But this one, no, he's not insane. He's good. He's good. That's all I'd give him. But despite, you know, some of the negative stuff I've said throughout the video, he is still a must summon. His leader skill is still top 5 in the game, maybe even closer to top 3 or top 2 in the game as well. So, like, that alone does give him a lot of value, which I imagine is not going to go away anytime soon. So he is very good. Global will have the tickets on his banner, so definitely make sure to summon for him, summon for Trunks. They're both good. I do think Trunks is decently better. Like, usually these dual Dokkan Fests, I think it's kind of like a give or take a lot of times. But this time, I think Trunks is, like, almost head and shoulders better than Zamasu, really. Like, Zamasu's good, but Trunks is definitely on a different level, I would say. It's like, the more I think about it, the more I do feel strongly about that. So, let me know what you guys think of Zamasu. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.